Chickadee check, YouTube. We're back. Welcome to the most boring day of 2020-25, the Gap and Go Monday. Absolutely nothing going on as far as I'm concerned. And not much to highlight. But we'll hang out and I'll recap and talk about what may or may not happen over the next couple hours. Boring. How come it takes so long for this to kick in? Strange. Oh, all right. What I was saying was, I just made the greatest call of my career last week. And if you heard the end of it, right? When I said, hey, this is a bear market, it probably lasted maybe 72 hours. We didn't even get that far. It lasted for, right? So you want to be the first one to say it, or should I say it? You want to be the one? I'm tired of saying it, but maybe you don't get it yet. You get it? You, guy, you get it now? You understand yet? You get it? Do you? Say it. Say it. I won't say it. So I'll just elaborate, right? I'll elaborate. Good luck being a shorter over any extended period of time. Good luck. I don't want to hear about you legging in. I don't want to hear about you dipping a toe. I don't want to hear about you working the order. The market never goes down, ever. What about Thursday? Yeah, I get it. That was my call. We got where it needed to go. And now we dap and go on Monday and crush anybody who has any thought process actually being able to stay short a market that never goes down ever. Thursday was a fart in the wind. That was just a blow off top. That was the Oracle move. And for all I know, and I don't care if I'm right or wrong anymore, that's it. That's it. You had your chance. And if you made as much money as you should have, then that's it. Now you got the money. So let me tell you a little bit more about my bearishness, right? I'm bearishness with purpose. I'm bearish because it gives us an opportunity to make money when most people are losing money. I'm bearish the market because most stocks suck and go to zero. Most stocks are garbage. That's why I'm bearish. But I also have an ulterior motive. I would love to see the market crash so I can buy some stocks. I don't want to pay 416 for Tesla. I don't want to buy Palantir back at 162. It's not cheap enough. I want 120. I wanted 285 on Tesla. I wanted the Qs down at like 485. I was dreaming big there for a second. But the difference between me now and what I used to do is my delusion of a market actually pulling back for more than a day and a half. I left it over there. It's a delusion. When it happens, we'll enjoy it just like we did on Thursday. When it happens, that'll be 2028, sometime in April, when the Qs are flirting with 1,000. We'll have 3 down days. And the same morons that think, oh, this market's getting crushed. Yeah, it's getting crushed. It just doubled. So I don't want to hear it. Nobody's making money as a shorter. If you bought the dip, everyone's getting paid, right? And there was only a few stocks today to choose from that weren't up at the open. Right? Everybody's favorite stock to trade. Every time it pulls back, it goes right back up because the shorts are nervous and the longs are out there thinking this thing's going to 80 bucks. Inevitably, this thing's going to zero. But man, it's the greatest stock to trade. And it was the only one that was red this morning, other than NVO, which some of us are long right now, and NVIDIA. So I will only buy stocks. I don't go chasing Qs when they're gapped up 7. I know they tacked on another 5. Fuck it. I don't give a shit, right? I have a strategy that works every time. And days like this, I get immensely pissed off because there's nothing for me to do. But then I go back and like, all right, it's just a day. And if you think about it, Well, you should think about it. It's not like I'm losing money because I'm not a delusional shorter anymore. I like the short stocks, but I've learned my lesson in blood, and I've learned my lesson knowing that stocks don't stay down when they break back over the VWAP, so don't be short, right? So I know that. So I did take a short at one point this day. You know I did, right? Because I was looking to play the fade, and the fade started to happen, and I got short right here. I made a whopping dollar, and then it went under VWAP, and I said, "Hey, maybe we can get another dollar out of it." That's Canadian for dollar. But then it broke right back above VWAP, and I said, "Oh no, that's a fake out shakeout. I got to cover and get the hell out of the way." And here we are. And if you covered and went long, like you should do, because the market never goes down, covering and going long was the trade. And here we are, up 24 and a half points from Friday's lows. Good luck trying to milk a short in a market that never goes down. So, but what market I'm in right now, it's oh my God, OLMA, OLMA, because this stock 6 days later is continuing to work. And if you just bought NVIDIA, congratulations. Thank you, guy in the chat room that just said, hey, NVIDIA just made a nice turn. And I said, hey, you're right. Go show, bro, 1 minute multi day VWAP reversal. So, as much as the day to me is kind of boring and annoying because I don't like gap and goes, as long as you pull back under VWAP, take them out, shake them out, and then break, I'm back in. So, OLMA, Open, NVO, NVIDIA, it's not a bad day. I just get a little, I don't like being patient. I don't like being disciplined, and it pisses me off. And I really wanted to see some extreme volatility today, but UVXY told me to keep my stupid mouth shut with your shorting today. So I said, okay, UVXY, not only am I not going to short anymore, I'm going to short the UVXY because this trade always works. That's right. So let me explain to you the intricacies of UVXY. If you didn't notice, you must have noticed. And by the way, thank you for the NVIDIA call. Somebody knew something right there. Dude, if you look, dude, nice call. Guy just texted me. He's like, buy NVIDIA right now. Well done. What did you just know? That was awesome. All right. But let's talk about UVXY. And if you guys are looking at UNH, there's the other only one. Oh, look, they're all happening. Look at this. I should have went live earlier. There it is. You guys get paid? Man, the chat room's on fire. You guys are telling me what to do. Somebody told me to buy some UNH down there. Very nice. We just got back to the 322. Somebody just said buy NVIDIA at 788.88. Very nice. You're already up $3. This day just got immensely better. Look at that. But let's talk about UVXY while we're here. UVXY now is split adjusted. No, it didn't go to $55. It's split adjusted, right? So the other day after the split, it had pretty big bullish engulfing green candle. You know what you never see on UVXY? That. When you see a bullish engulfing green candle on UVXY, a product that's literally built to go down, then you know something's different. And what was different? The market actually went down on Thursday. Right? And it was, if you went on the internet over the last couple of days, how many people were talking about how bewildering that move was? What? Not only was it not bewildering, it wasn't even a surprise. Gapped up stocks on earnings tend to find some buyers, sellers, because they're going to take profits. That profit taking sometimes becomes a reversal. That reversal triggers algorithms to then sell more. That's all it was. The market was already in a bearish tone, and it used that gap to take profits. That's all that was. It was a profit taking, momentary, fart in the wind sell off. That's it. It wasn't anything bewildering, flabbergasting about it. It was actually rational and expected. So, but now what's happening today is that the people that thought it meant something, oh, that's the end of the bull market, it's over. That's why we got a gap, because the shorts who don't know what they're doing are getting lit the fuck up. Not me. I know what I'm doing. Now, I'm not bullish enough to get bullish the cues, but bullish enough to buy a reversal in Nvidia, bullish enough to buy UNH. The stock has to fit the criteria of winning. I don't buy gapped up markets unless they faux show, bro. And they faux showed. And by the way, Olma getting ready to sell some to you. Olma fit the criteria. Faux show, bro. And then faux show, bro, here. Range break here. New high break. And then it went green. Now we are about to hit our target to the penny because I'm the greatest, right? And what's that target up there? Bang! Just hit it, actually. That target is what? Go back. Remember, I leave my lines up there in perpetuity. So you get reminded where certain levels meant something days before. Oh, I just blew my chart up. Kind of where it petered out a couple of days ago, right? And wait, kind of where it rolled over from the day before. Because the same lines that meant something a couple of days ago usually means something 3 or 4 days later. And that's kind of the essence of VWAP and multiple time frame VWAP meets just price action. So now that you're back to something, a level where something once happened, sell it, sell a lot of it right here at 24.25 to 28.29, 24.27, 28.29. And now you say thanks and you raise your stop to the breakout price of 23.92. And you say, okay, I'm selling some here because it did what I wanted it to do, sold to you. I'm not going to sell it all because nobody sells it all at one price. So I'm thinking, hey, maybe this thing goes to 24.50, maybe 25. It's been a pretty damn good 6 or 7 days trading this stock since it's woke up. So now you sell 50% here. You put your stop at 23.91, which is a pretty tight stop, and you say, all right, let's see what happens. Good night. Moving on. Now let's go back to UNH. Thank you very much. UNH. You got your foe, you got your show. And by the way, first of all, it was a fade. This is what I like to trade, is what I was hoping to happen to the Qs. Gap up, break VWAP, break prior day VWAP, and tank. UNH did it. So my only choice was to look for UNH as a buy, because I ain't buying anything else because it's most of these things were gapping and going. Fake them out, shake them out, rally, fake them out, shake them out, break that high, and the VWAP. You're a buyer, right? Now you're a seller of at least 30 or 40%. Your goal now is to get to orange line. Hang on, I got the wrong orange line up there, but that's the 5 day. Take a look. 2 days, three. Now you go back to that five. Sorry, that was the 10. What was it? The 15 day? Anyway, whoop, there you go. Whoop, there you go. That's my target. And if you're long NVIDIA, congratulations. So, as annoyed as I am, because I really wanted that dip to be a little bit more aggressive this morning, it's not a bad day. It's just not my favorite kind of day. I don't like gaps and goes. But Nvidia just made the day 10 times better because that stock fit the criteria of what I want to do with my life. I only take trades that fit the criteria, and that criteria is what trade works for me every time it shows up. Fake them out, shake them out, VWAP break. There wasn't much to choose from today because a lot of stocks were gapped up and they didn't retrace. This one did all kinds of awesomeness and provided you this wonderful moment right here. Take them out, 1 minute multi-day VWAP break, and you got paid handsomely. And now your stop is the pullback area, but right under the pullback area, that's 180.86, 180.86. What am I saying? 80.86. Just say 80.86 right there. So now you're thinking 82.50 because that's what stocks tend to do. Now you raise your stop because you've sold some. And again, considering the market never goes down, chances are you will see 82.50 on Nvidia at some point today. That's why you don't sell your entire position at one price. Same thing goes for UNH, right? You sold a little bit, right? Don't sell it all, right? You guys got in. You guys got me in. Fake out, shake them out. VWAP, multi-day VWAP. Fake them out, shake them out. VWAP break. Fake them out, shake them out. VWAP break. How many times can the stock say, "Please buy me"? And now you're at the point where you just lock these trades up, right? You got some Nvidia. You certainly have to think 82.50 minimum, but you give it $1. You say, all right, I'm not going to be stupid and let the profit go away. Breaks down, I'll sell what I got left. Same thing with UNH. You've taken some profit because it got back to the candle where we wanted it. Boom, sold to you. Now it's consolidating at that level. If the consolidation leads to a breakout, we get paid more. If the consolidation leads to a breakdown, you sell it at 321, not the VWAP, but right under the VWAP. Because in this case, it's $321 stock. You can let it breathe the extra 30 or 40 cents right there. You guys with me? So this would be a good time. We got 27 minutes, 37 minutes left to go, right? Um, I'm glad I found a few trades to take. If anybody has any questions, now would be the greatest time to ask that because I don't have much going on. Now would be a good time to talk about anything else. You guys want to talk about Pluribus? I finally watched it. Don't tell my wife; she's going to kill me. Talking about this show for a month and a half. I just had to watch it last night, and it was as good as advertised. I'm still kind of shocked, freaking out a little bit about it. Actually, something about that it scared the hell out of me. It gave me post traumatic stress. I don't know what your father did to you. My dad used to take me to like movies I probably shouldn't have been watching when I was a kid. He took me to Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Donald Sutherland when I was a kid. That movie fucked me up for life. It kinda has that Invasion of the Body Snatchers vibe to it. I legitimately was scared last night, but that's because I had that post-traumatic moment. Oh, see, now I'm getting pissed off. Oh, there went my UNH. What the hell? What did I have to say that out loud for? Alright, well, that's over. Okay. Now they're gonna get us out of NVIDIA too, and now we'll just talk about TV. Know what else was really good? Oh, man, UNH. Good. You know what else is pretty good? All Her Fault kidnapping show, Milo. with one of the most what my favorite actor I think of this generation is the guy from Eastbound and Down when he played the Mexican baseball team owner. He's gone into an amazing career since then. I forgot his name, but he's just awesome in whatever he does. All right, blown out of the UNH, but we got oh God still. All right, we just got over those highs, so there you go. And listen, the last stock I thought I'd be trading 6 days later is this stock. But just like 6 months later, I still can't believe we're still trading open the way we traded. As long as the stock continues to cooperate, go back to it. Open is phenomenal. Freaking awesome. How do I find the right stock to trade? It's usually the same stocks, baby. Earnings and stocks in the news. The only reason I'm trading UNH was that it was in some, we had big news in the healthcare sector. Sold off first, got me interested on the faux show. One was in the news, was in the news 5 or 6 days ago. Obviously, NVIDIA was in the news, QQQ, the most popular stock index, I think, in the world. And I go where the volume. And again, I'm a little surly as usual. I just really wanted the cues to dip one more time, and they're just ripping. And it's not like I'm short right now, losing money. I wanted to buy. I was hoping to get sell off out of the way. I thought we were going to get hammered again today, a little bit off, but go right back to trading. It's always the same, right? I Discipline is not fun, right? I want to short the cues. That's why I'm angry right now. I can't do it. So I get in like this weird angry mood. I don't even know what I'm angry about right now. I don't know. I just wanted the market to go down. I like it when it goes down. But you know what? Ulm getting paid. Little money in the UNH trade. This Nvidia still waiting for 82 and a half. Let's go. And by the way, here's a good day to also reflect on what you may own in your portfolio. If your stock's not up today, your stock's a dick. Sell it like SRAD, right? You ever notice you got certain stocks, maybe you own them, the market's green, and your stock tends to go red. And then let's say the market winds up going down, but your stock seems to lead the charge into negative territory. Your stock's a dick. Sell it. Like SRAT, I've been telling you for months. It's broken, right? They upgraded the stock at highs. That was the end of the name. And now it's a broken stock. It doesn't trade with the market. It's not in the club. It's a dog, like most stocks. And it just when you isolate the dogs, they usually stay short. I mean, they usually stay short. How about they usually remain a short? Now, on the flip side, check this out. I keep forgetting I even own this stock because I'm mortified. If you don't know, Robinhood and Public, you guys know about Public is another platform which I wouldn't trade on. Trade zero date options. They don't let you even put the trade on. It's the point of existence. You can't trade zero date options. They don't let you trade them past, I think, 315. It's just awful. But Public, the reason I opened the account was I heard they were giving out IPOs. I was like, oh, you can get IPOs? Amazing. So I put in for an IPO and I got myself some CLAR and it went up and I made a little money. Then they gave me Figure and it gapped up and made a little money. But then they gave me NAVN, the dirtiest, dungiest dog shit IPO. The only one worse is Jemmy. Luckily, I sold that. But NAVN, I don't even know what it is. But in a bull market, if they're going to give you IPOs at IPO price, I was like, all right, cool. So I wake up one morning and I own this stock at $25. Look where it opened up. It never even opened up at 25. So I wrote them a strongly worded email. What the fuck? Did you just place this stock in my account after it opened up under 25? Is this the worst IPO in the history of America? Or the most unluckiest fuckhead there is? It's a combination of all that stuff. This piece of shit, I couldn't even sell it flat because it opened up and just immediately started to tank. So I bought more because I'm a psycho. I'm trying to cost my average out of it. So I bought more at 15 bucks, hoping it would hold. It didn't. Now it's back. So I'm not getting crazy now, but if you just hold this goddamn bid for a day or two, right? And it breaks over 17, I'm loading up on whatever this is. I don't even know what I own, but it made a turn. If I can get consolidation today, it doesn't have to do anything else. Just stay green, you piece of garbage. Stay green. And then if we can get 2 up days, usually you get the 3rd day. And if this thing breaks 17, we got a chance for it to go right back to 1875. I'm loading up. I'm going to cost average my way out of this turd and then dump the whole thing. Hopefully, we get another buck 50 out of it tomorrow. So keep your eye on this thing. Other than that, not much going on, homies. Any more questions? Hey, listen, we got a lot of what I was expecting on the cues. But again, my nature as a bear is when I get some downside, I usually think there's going to be more. That's why I came up with the phrase shorting is short lived and I'm going to die because it never really does follow through, right? What somebody just said, the day is still young. I feel you. So I'm still stalking. I'm doing some sticking and moving today. I got paid on the open. NVO working out, right? NVIDIA got paid a little bit, got something out of UNH, little out of the ULMA. Just my overall thesis of today has been smashed. So my brain's not over it yet. But I trade algorithmically. You give me a faux show, bro, I'm in. Algorithmically, must trade faux show, bros. There wasn't much to choose from, but again, we got what we wanted. Thank you for the heads up on that video. This is turning out to be pretty good, right? No reason to sell it. Still waiting for 82.50. We came 18 cents away. But now, my friends, if you are in NVIDIA long, right? And I hope you are, faux show bro, faux show bro, faux show bro, 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. Now that you're chopping around up here, this is a new range it's forming. So the range is 81.61. Kind of like a double bottom right there, almost a triple bottom. Ready to cut it free, just like UNH, right? So very specific moment going on right here. Sideways action, if it breaks down, sell it. Sideways action stays stronger, you're looking for the 82.50 and some more. So right now, we're waiting to see what the stock tells us to do. Breaks down, it's over. It's all right. So let's go back to NVO, right? 80% of what you thought the stock was gonna do has happened, right? So you've sold it, and now look right smack dab in the middle, right? You know what you're looking at right here, my friends, right? You guys were with me on Saturday. What do we do now? Blue line or orange line, win. That's how you win. You take at least 70% of the win then. And now you can raise your stops. So what do? You raise the stops to pivot points, right? So pivot right here, a little bit too tight. So go to the prior pivot, 65, and you want to let it breathe a little bit. There it is, 31. But now you have the luxury of letting it breathe because you sold and you got paid. And now they can't take the money from you. So you raise your stop. If they get you, they get you. If they don't, you hang. That's it. I just can't. I'm sitting here like in denial. I can't believe the Qs are up 14 points right now. I really can't. Sick, sick. It's demented. Doesn't make any sense to me. But we're in a bull market. I mean, these are monstrous moves. I mean, Carvana's tacking on 22. Man, I was thinking about shorting that stock. Remember, I said, you know what? The stock. Whoop. Wait, I got something for us to do. Hold on. Skip it. Nah, I was gonna say NVTS, but it's already did 750 to 8 bucks already. You know why I'm upset is that I really wanted it to pan out the way I thought it was going to pan out. Some real volatility. UVXY gets crazy into the 70s, 75, 80. Everybody starts freaking out. Bitcoin goes to 60,000. And then Barron's writes the article, is it over? And that's when we start buying stocks. Like JC's about the magazines. The magazines are always late because they write the articles after things have happened. And it's classic, just like CNBC market in turmoil. We didn't even get there yet. I was hoping to see some market in turmoil. And again, that's why I really despise this market. As soon as there's a hint, a smidgen of selling, I gotta cut interest rates. Call the Fed. Oh my God, what's happening? We just sold off for 2 days. You don't got to come to the rescue of anything. Let it go. Well, quick, cut interest rates. Oh my God. And by the way, there is no reason to be cutting interest rates. Raise interest rates. Come on. They tell us every day how strong the economy is. They're not supposed to be cutting interest rates in a strong economy. Raise interest rates. Raise interest rates. Raise interest rates. We should be operating at least 5.5% across the board. We've lived through it. We could live through it again. My parents were at 12.5%. They refinanced down to 9.5%. Everybody's mind got blown by zero interest rates. We should never have gone to zero. And by the way, if you're in Ulma, let's go. There you go. You got your half. Cutting interest rates. What about the 40% of Americans that don't even have any stocks? They don't care what the health of the market is. They need to make money in their savings account, in their CDs. By the way, you counting on that $2,000 check showing up? It's not funny. So seriously, man, if Friday's lows were now new generational lows, we best get ready to just be buyers every single day now. Let's go already. Come on, Nvidia. You're making me seem foolish. Like I said, 82.50. Here we go. 40. Come on. You got to go to 82.50. Prove me right. Not 40, not 42, not 43, not 45, but 50. Shebang. Sold to you, 50. Boom. Now you can say, Kenny, how'd you know it was going to go to 82.50? Because the market's rigged and it never goes down. There you go. Don't sell it all. Because now you got to figure it's going to 185 today. So now what do you do at all? What are you going to do here with the Nvidia? You sell, right? Because you got the 82.50. Raise your stop just a little bit to the bottom of this candle, and now you could have a nice day. Right? Thank you for the Nvidia, by the way. The heads up came out of the chat room. I wasn't planning on doing this, but here you go. So now that you sold 82.50, by my law, you now have to raise stop. And where do you raise stop? I don't know. Let's go to the bottom of this candle right there, 181.92. So now the if then statement, if Nvidia is above 181.92, then you hold for the rest of your life, or at least the rest of the day. Enter. That's it. That's it. You've made your money. You've taken your money, right? And now you hold for the rest of your life as if 181 is now new generational lows, and you'll never see it ever go to that price. And for all we know, that's what the case is. Because remember, guy in the back, market never goes down, guy, ever. I know. I know. I was there on Thursday. I saw it too. Yeah. Yeah. Good luck. You get it now? Finally? Never goes down. See? Don't fuck around with this market. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Shorting is short lived and you're going to die. Right? Just because it was a fun 2 weeks. That was it. That was it. They gave us 2 whole weeks. 2 whole weeks. Best sell off we've had of the year. Nailed it. Moving on. It's over. So over. You think there'll be any more selling for the rest of the year? I don't know. I ain't getting in the way. Buy everything. Woo. Right? A lot easier being a bull. By the way, this trade now, right? Remember the futures contracts last night? You guys watched me on the YouTube? I was doing a futures contract video, right? And I was walking through the trade last night, and I said, price for new generational lows, right? Futures opened up, right? That was your opening candle at 6 p.m. You never held the VWAP from on top, right? It kept flirting with it and then getting rejected and rolling. until there. And that changed the posture. So it finally broke VWAP, came back and held it from on top. Not a bad move. And then what did it do? It faux show broed one more time, right back to the same exact price. Would you believe? Yes, you should believe because the market's rigged. So it goes back to stop out the people that still had their stops there. Oh, thanks very much. And good night, right? And we rallied again. What do they do? One more faux show bro for good luck. But and you're gone. Good luck. Good luck. So yeah, I get it. The market does go down every once in a while. But if you live by the mantra that the market never goes down, this is it. Now you're getting it. Now you understand. As a shorter, as a trader, if you keep reminding yourself that every down move is temporary, you will be a better trader until UVXY doesn't look like UVXY, right? Oh, disintegrate. I mean, God. Oh, UVXY will be at zero within 3 weeks. Bulma, new highs. NVTS, new highs. NVIDIA just hit new highs. You want to short a market that never goes down? Well, you better stick with me then, because I know when there is a good opportunity to short it, like we did. And I certainly know when it's over, Johnny. Now, what I want, which I never do, tomorrow we gap up and we roll over and we get back eight of this 14. Then you will see a smile on my face, ear to ear, baby. Ben Affleck, ear to ear, baby. God, you high. You haven't sold anything, you sell right here, 24.50. So if I'm if what I think again, what I want is the market gives back half of this move tomorrow and we stay in this range and we chop around and everybody loses except for us. That's the kind of market I like, where the traders are making all the money, nobody else makes any money. I think about us first. I don't give a shit about people who own stocks, complacent bulls, lazies. If I get what I want, we just sit here in this 40-point range for the next 6 months and just bang, boom, bang, boom, and we all get paid. It's going to be awesome. What was my point? I don't remember my point. Um, yeah, I lost my train of thought right in the middle of my own thought. All right. So I don't even know what the hell I was saying. What was I saying? Something about the market never going down, I guess, right? Yeah. If it happens, it happens. But if I'm right, this is typically the market where I blow myself up. Not anymore. If I'm right, the market's not going to swing every day for the rest of the year because the bears, the people that don't know, right? They're still short from Thursday, thinking, "Oh, it's just the beginning of the sell." Uh-huh. And in the end, probably. See, I know better now. After getting my ass kicked for years, I get reminded now, and that's why when I say VWAP saved my life, it saved my life, not just my career. I'd be broke short in a market that never goes down without VWAP. It's insanity, Hannity. So let me recap before we go again. I don't want everybody to lose their money in a bear market that never ends. What fun is that either? Going down every day sucks as well. But down big and then down big again provides monster opportunities like you're seeing in Tesla. That's why I'm mad. I really got excited. I thought Tesla was going to pull back to that 329 and I was going to finally buy it back maybe for my kids because I love this stock. If I don't love it out here, I would love it down there. But I certainly would love it down at, well, that was my dream, was the 295, kind of right where it broke out from earlier. But I started factoring in, like, holy shit, am I going to get what I want? I'm going to get a really nice smash down on Tesla. I get to buy that back. I had all these plans like for Palantir, 131, and maybe even get down to the 120 again so I could buy that back. I had plans, baby. I'm not a bear without plans. I don't want every stock to go to zero. I want to buy some dips, but I want the dip to be scary. That's when you get the best dips. When people lose faith, people lose hope. Those are the best buys. But hey, listen, we went back to grinding it out. And by the way, normally I would sell the rest of my Nvidia right now because where I sell on the way up, I usually sell on the way back down. It just breached 82.50. Like I said, I'm giving it a little wiggle room because now we kicked ass. So I would give it to 180, 189, and then the rules a little bit because we got a good entry. It's a hoof. It's a hoof. What are you talking about? What does this guy look like? This guy's looking this way. This guy's looking that way. This guy's like, hey, what do you want from me? What else you guys looking at? Come on. All my winning trades today came out of the chat room. So give me another winner. Seriously. Seriously. Humana, Nvidia. No, Ulma was mine. NVO. That was the other one. I was like, there was another one. All right. I'm gonna adjust some of these. Oh my God. What happened? What am I losing money on? My P&L just dropped. What the flipping hell is going on? What happened? Oh my God. Rivian long at 15. Rivian. Oy. Another turd of a stock. Nice little faux show down to prior day VWAP would have been a decent day trade. Yeah. You're long right now? Yeah, it's very limited risk. I mean, you're only risking 14 cents here at 15 bucks. That little pivot point right there. What else you looking at? ANVS. ANVS. Ooh, nice. $4 got you 450. Faux show, bro, right at the four. Very nice. Whatever that is. Two faux show bros, in fact. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Oh, our resident Analyst gave us a new one. GMed. Look at this crazy chart. Monster earnings report. They've consolidated the gap and it's breaking out. Plus, anything our boy Chris touches seems to turn to gold. He's a he's a fan of this one. I don't like guy. I don't do the like gap and go. I'm not a fan, but I'd rather see. I wanted to see it consolidate, but I think that might be it. And if you look at this chart, this is his new favorite. Look, you missed the monster move, but chances are this thing's headed down back to those recent highs. I don't know what GMED is, but just added it to my watch list because of our fundamentalist friend. It's good name for a website. 1227 on ASAR. ASAR. I think you typed in the wrong symbol. Hold on. ASAR? Oh, USAR. USAR. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Ooh, I would have sold it. I would have sold some already. You got your VWAP break after. By the way, this stock has died as far as you know. It's not moving like the old days, way back 3 months ago. But yeah, I mean, you got the fake out, shake out to prior day VWAP, and then you bought this VWAP break, 1228. Definitely would have sold some here. I'd actually be ready to dump it. What are you losing to 1227? Well, look at you. Yeah. No, that's awesome. Yeah, 1227, and then right underneath 1290. This right, but it's the 1227 nailed it. It's perfect, right? But if you bought here, that's probably your entry price. 1227, half point on a $12 stock. Usually you're taking some money off the table. Now you got break even as yeah. And then you gotta let it breathe for the prior pivot point. Prior pivot point below the VWAP right there. But not a bad entry there. So short the cues? What? What? Who short the cues? By the way, did Vinny make his way in? Vinny, are you here yet? We've been trying to get this guy in the chat room for 4 days now. Vinny, did you make it? Tommy, can you hear me? It's funny when I'm on delay. Who said that? Tommy, can you hear me? Hello. There we are. Home Depot. All right, let's look. Yeah, well, you got one. Bang, bang. VWAP break. Wasn't perfect, but close to perfect. There's another one. They really tried to screw you on that one right there. Baboom. But now, yeah, if you could stay here, break VWAP, you got a reason to be a buyer. It's got to get through the VWAP now. But in this case, you didn't really break a new low. Usually you want to see it go whoop, whoop, and then come back. But it's trying really hard to go down. And if it doesn't and turns, yeah, you got yourself a decent idea. They're coming for the rest of the Nvidia trade. So see, now listen, I'm not complaining, right? It's a good trade. You see where I only sell 82.50. I usually use 82.50 on the way down, but in this case, I'm letting it breathe because you had this monster consolidation here. I don't mind letting it breathe. If I get stopped out, so be it. By the way, is anybody still in open? Just really no reason to get out. I mean, it never pulled any significant levels. But now if you're still in it, you know, you give it this price right here, and if you're conservative, you give it that price. Or the best thing to do is two. So if you're still in some open, you got your 500 shares, with 250 here, 250 here, and hang in there. How many monitors do I have? I've got 5 generally. I used to have 7. And speaking of that, does anybody need a monitor? 'Cause it's just sitting here. It's been sitting there for like 2 years. Anybody want it? Anybody want a monitor? Anybody in the neighborhood? I got monitors that are sitting here doing nothing. I'm never going to use them either. But generally, I've got chart scanners, watch list, market makers, options, my website, and the YouTube. So I got NASA command right here. I used to have so now I got 5 working. I used to have 6 because I had another website I'd be running live. I didn't want to just watch that. And then I'd have just option chains up on another one. It became a little bit too much, but I have found 5 is the perfect 5. 4 I got 4 24-inch monitors and one 27-inch monitor. It's much more it's perfect. It's as much real estate as I need. Plus, I have to actually watch my I need a screen to watch the videos and, broadcast from. Even actually have another laptop that's and, if you are in the tri-state area and you are a member of my website and you need a new monitor, come and get it. I'm being serious. It's just gonna go to waste. I love giving away stuff because I wind up giving it away to charity anyway. I'd rather give it to one of you guys if you happen to be in the hood. And if you guys don't donate to charity, you should. It's very awesome. I go to Goodwill. Usually go to this. What are they called? Goodwill. There's a name for it. I forgot what it's called in Jersey. We just unloaded a whole bunch of stuff. It just makes you feel good. Oh, 6 bags of clothes. Somebody's getting some sweatshirts for my daughter. I was thinking about trying to sell them, but I was like, you know what? I got time to start trying to sell these sweatshirts for $30. Anyway, I do have a monitor. What else do I have? Hey, did anybody win the gift card? Damn it! Does anybody want a gift card? Here, let's play a game because nobody won last week. Give me the closing price of the QQQ today, 4 p.m. close. You will get a $10 gift card as long as you're not a 'cause I might I want the closing price of the Qs today, 4 p.m. close, and you will get and you can go over. This is not the price is right. The closing price of the Qs close. Somebody said, what number on UVXY will tell you that volatility is crashing for sure? All of these prices. All you want to worry about is UVXY goes green. And if it goes green today, that'd be sick. But right now, I would stay bullish this market until UVXY is above And if it breaks VWAP, I actually am even kind of surprised today. VWAP now on UVXY is the top of the range. So breakdown price touched it here. That is the VWAP. UVXY above 56. You'll probably get a little market pullback in the middle of the day. I don't think it's going to be too detrimental. I'm going to say this with a smile on my face. UVXY goes green today. Oh, hell, breaking loose. See, see, I get immediately cheered up just thinking that. I'm a psycho. I'm a psycho. Like, why does that make me happy? I don't know why. I like chaos. I don't know. If UVXY is green today, the Qs have given it all back, and I better be short. So, yeah, but that'll all start at 56 and change. You're gonna get consolidation of UVXY. It's not gonna really give you the ultimate indicator. It's gonna start disintegrating. Even when the market's just flat, UVXY that's why it's so important when it is green and trending higher, like those 2 or 3 days that we had last week, a week ago. Googs, the Googaloni, Goog. Oh, all right. Well, somebody was saying they shorted Google. Very nice. That's your finger of God right there. You broke a new high and then you broke back down, then you broke the VWAP. Kind of did it twice. If you were short, yeah, I'd be short right now because you actually no, I wouldn't. You just flirted with the price that I would have to end the trade right there, where it kind of broke down from. Is what you just flirted with. So let's say this is a faux show moment right there. Let's see if it tests it first, comes back, starts to rally. Yeah, I'd be more inclined to buy it there. But right now, it's actually confirming the shorter still got the control right now. Is anybody still in Oma? This thing's working out pretty well. It's it's boring, but it keeps consolidating and hitting new highs. Hey, they finally created a new option chain for Ulma. Oh, oh man, the monthlies. I thought they created weeklies, all dates. Yeah, Ulma's just got the monthlies. I thought for a second they made new ones. Soon, if the stock stays, if Ulma stays in play for the next couple of weeks, they'll create weeklies on this, which will be good. New highs, Ulma. By the way, this is legitimately one of my favorite stocks. I mean, it woke up from the and now she's back, and she don't want to die. And one of my favorite sayings: if it doesn't want to die, remains a buy. Wait a second, wasn't the stock at $40? Oh, that was pre-market trade. Yeah, wow. Wait a second. Oh, that was a pre-market trade. You know what? Now looking at this is a 10-day, 30-minute chart. Don't sell. We we're into these candles now. This is pretty significant, actually. If we can get above right here, that's oh, we're above. This was 2483. This is actually a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. Hell yeah. All right. Well, considering we're down to the last lot anyway. Look at this, friends. We're in these monstrous candles from those what the ooh. All right, I gotta just go check something. Hold on a second. Let me go on a minute to minute chart, 10 days a minute, just to see, get it more clarified here. All right, where are we now? 2505. No freaking way. 2505, 2505. We're right at that point, kind of where we broke down from. If this could stay above 2505 today, that's pretty damn significant. Yeah, we'll see. But man, this stock keeps coming back, and I'll keep playing it. When it broke under 20, I thought it'd be 15. When it broke 1750, I thought 15 and 0 within a couple of days. And when they don't want to die, they remain a buy, and the stock keeps telling us to buy it. Now the question is, do you believe in VWAP now? Right. So once you get past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days worth of data, look, one day is not helping us, right? We crashed last week. 2 days, not really helping us except showing us some support this morning. 3 days later, right? We're going into 3 days worth of VWAP, right? Kind of showing us a little bit more support. Now you're going to four, right? Now you're going to five, right? So I'm grabbing more data, but remember we had some volatility. So now after five, I like to grab 10 days worth of data. Hello, hello, hello. So there it is. So we didn't just flirt with it. Looks like we hit it to the penny, right? So what did we get? 604.15. Sorry, off by 7 cents. And when you get the code and you get the script, this is what you're supposed to do. Geek out. Go look at charts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 10, 15, 20. Monthly, weekly, yearly, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. That's what the code does. It grabs whatever data set you want. And what Solid and I have figured out over the last 10 years of doing this is these are the main these are the main data sets that you want to look at. So that's why instead of what Brian does, anchor he anchors it to significant moments. I anchor it to dates. And we also look at that's why the 3 month VWAP is so important. 3 month VWAP is quarter to quarter. So if you want to see what a stock did, you take last earnings report, anchor the VWAP to the last earnings report, and then you got a feel for what the stock's done over that quarter. And it's a really good VWAP to guide. I like what I created here by multiple time frames because I've experimented with this stuff for the last 10 years, well, really for 3 years, and I came up with these time frames. And these time frames are awesome. Again, the whole reason I got bearish to market was the 90 day. The 90 day was where I thought we can get to. We got there, we bounced, and we broke it. That's what got me super bearish. And now that 90 day, now that we both showed around it, that'll probably be where I'd probably go short again if we ever do flirt with these prices. But right now, it's about living in the moment, and the moment is bullish. And listen, a couple of things I want to recap before I go. The reason I really wanted this market to get slammed was UVXY. I would have loved to see UVXY at 75, $80, 90 even, because then they would have had to create 150, $200 calls, and people would have been nuts and started buying those, and I was going to sell them to them and taking that wonderful premium because it UVXY was back down. It's kind of, I had a big plan for what I was going to do. So right now, all those plans have been, doesn't mean I can't trade, but, you know, I had some good plans. I think that all those plans have now been destroyed. So here we are. And if you want to try pullbacks. So just to restate, gap and go. It's a very rare trade. Usually gaps get sold off into, right? That's my trade. I love that trade. But when we gap and go, like we did, woo, we just gapped and went. Gap and go. Very rare. We did get a little bit of selling. We never even broke the opening price. And that was the one chance I took. I took my short right there. And yeah, I got a hard time discovering and going long. I don't know why. But I wanted to buy another thing. So it was, by the way, speaking of that, where's that VO? All right. You guys still in? If you tighten the stop, they got you for some, but they didn't get you for all. And the Qs are about to make me because we never go down. Woo! I'm just looking for stocks that haven't gone green yet. How about no, they're all green. Yeah, I thought I bought USAR at some point today. I'm just hallucinating now. I swear to God, I thought I did a USAR trade when you were talking about it. No, I'm not even in it. Oh, so guys, got any other questions? I'm running over 20 minutes. I don't mind hanging out. Obviously, we went for 4 hours instead of 2 hours yesterday on Saturday. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's amazing how quickly 4 hours went by because you're crunching charts and it's just time flies. I love talking about this stuff. And before we go any further for my new friends, right? You get the kind of tongue in cheek, the market never goes down mantra, right? If you don't live by that mantra, you're going to get hammered in this market. But you all know that we do go down every once in a while, right? Next time there's a sign, you will be the first to know because I like when markets go down and I trade them well. Right, so we can squash that. You guys understand that, right? We've had enough conversations about the market never goes down. Right? We get it. The market does pull back from time to time, and it'll be a year where we're actually. What was I just about to say we're going to have a down year? Stupid. No, we don't. We don't have down years anymore. Down will be up 12%. That'll be the new bear market. And I mean it. I think next year we're only going to be up 8.5 to 10%. Only, right? And we'll make up for lost time in 2027 when we pack up 50%, and in 2028, I still think it's usually 1,000, at least 1,000 by April. And hopefully we're all here doing the same thing. And I'm sure there'll be another fad sector that we're not even thinking about right now. I don't know, what could it be? Superconductors, we haven't had that fad come back. Remember that? You guys remember that? There's semiconductors, and then there was superconductor. That was a fad that lasted, like, a day or 2. Then again, some of these fads that, rare earth will probably come back and play, quantum will back and play, and they'll all start with it again. That's right. What did I just say? So what were you looking at? You were looking at Home Depot. Did it turn into something? It turned into a rollover instead. So luckily you didn't buy it until you were waiting for the VWAP break. Wait, here's another one I was looking at earlier. Nope, already at 50 cents. If anybody's still in open, I mean, there's still no reason to sell it. UNH did the thing, pulled back to the prior day VWAP, after we got out, same exact trade from before, consolidation at 320, VWAP, faux show one more time to get everybody out, breaks back above the 320. There's your buck 50. Hopefully you get more than the buck 50. And you gotta be kidding, but VWAP still hanging in there. And Q's new highs. Good luck being a shorter. There you go. Q's new high. There you go. There you go. Gap and go Mondays. You know what usually happens on Gap and go Mondays? This. And you know what we're gonna do for probably the next 4 hours? This. You know what we're gonna do after 4 o'clock? This. All the way to 8, and then the market sort of closes, and we'll be at, you know, it's usually we just trend all day. You get the one sell off, and then the gap and go. We just ugh, grinding the shorts into as they sit here waiting. Oh, please pull back so I can cover. You'll get you'll get nothing like it. And by the way, speaking of terrible stocks and awful IPOs, I mean, can it be worse? Be worse than Gemmy? Is there a worse stock on the planet than this stock? I mean, absolute dog shit. People, there should be a coalition to ban the Winklevoss brothers from the industry. This is what they bring out. This is what they bring out. This is what they bring out. What a joke. Maybe it'll emerge into some real stock one day. You haven't had an uptick since the IPO. I mean, it's insane. But once again, I'm going to say when it breaks 10, it goes to 750. If they don't defend this stock, going to zero. When do they step in? These guys are billionaires. You think they would support their own stock? When are they going to step in? 750 or 5? It breaks 10, usually goes 750. 750 doesn't hold, you go to 5. You break 5, the stock's going to zero. I don't think I've ever seen a stock since that golf IPO that nobody even remembers. Or FOFO. Even FOFO's hanging in there. Remember FOFO? No, you don't. Maybe you do. Remember FOFO? We got Momo on the FOFO, and we said, "Oh, it's a go-go," and okay, FOFO, the Chinese IPO. No. But does anybody remember the IPO? It was a golf club IPO. I don't remember what it was. Something golf, SG something or other, right? And the IPO came out of the box hot. and it actually was good. And then it rolled over the next day, and it went down 93 straight days. It hit the 0. I forgot what stock it was, but I had never seen a stock actually go to 0 that quickly. And once again, that's why I hate the market because of Gemmies and Fofos and NADNs and worthless IPOs like StubHub. Like, how is StubHub this awful? They have a monopoly in the industry. You can match with StubHub. There's garbage. Anybody know what that IPO was? A golf golf club IPO. Or I think it was. It wasn't golf, was it? No. Did they change the symbol? GOLF? Certainly not that stock. What was it? You guys remember that IPO? It was like good for a day and a half. I think I found it. Wait. Didn't even show the symbol. SPGC. There it is. I found it. SPGC. Oh my God, it's been delisted already. No way is it delisted already. It's hilarious. Now it's NW. They changed the symbol because that's how shitty it was. NWTG. Oh, there you go. That's hot right there. And they did a 1 for 30 reverse split already, and it's still going to 0. That's why I hate the stock market right there. This IPO was actually hot the first couple of days it came out. Wow. Wow. I mean, these are split adjusted prices. But that is a chart. If you want to know why Glick is a bear, this 90% of stocks that I watch are that. You have 1 day to sell, and then they go to 0. That's some dog shit right there. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Well, if you have a bear, be a bear with purpose, right? I'm a bear with purpose. I don't believe shorting works anymore, even, unless you're trading obviously IPO pump and dumps. Generally, it's a very short-lived trade, but that's fine. We know it is. DV. Lunar. Oh, look at you guys. Lunar, I actually hate this stock with a certain kind of passion that's unmatched because it burned me twice. I don't even actually think this company exists. I don't think they've sent rockets to the moon. I don't think anything they do was real. I think they just showed a video on a screen, pretended that they shot that thing into space. I don't think it's going to 0. And I don't even look at it anymore with space. It's just Not worth my time to look at. It's total dog shit. By the way, Q's new high. DVLT. Why do I know that symbol? It's pump and dump from a couple of weeks ago, right? Well, you know what? If it doesn't want to die, could be a new buy, and it was. So pump, dump, got right back to the same area where it folks show broad. Interesting. That's a big candle. If you're long, 221s are out, which is a prior high a couple days ago. There's another banger of an IPO. Webull. That's hot. Woo. Right? How about Newsmax? Remember Newsmax? That's another hot one. Woo. 265 to $7. Yeah. Come on. You gotta love IPOs. But you know what? You gotta love open. You gotta love crab. What movie? Wilson. Gotta love crab. Oh, I love crab. Kenny, a December run for me for president? What, a December run, what, in the markets? I don't know. I'm thinking that we might have just hit generational lows on Friday after Friday morning. So by default, I'm assuming we're going to rally every day. Not joking. I actually believe this now. Until I get through, until UBXY wakes up again, we are right back on track. So now Friday lows are generational lows. But now that we broke over so many levels on the Qs, like 60303, we're back above the day. So I'm going to go look at extended periods of time. If there's ever going to be any shorting ever again. I'm speaking specifically about the Qs. Obviously, there'll be some shorts on some stocks, but I am not getting in the way of a market that just and pivoted at specific levels. We got to those prior lows, and we both showed road right there. So I was just hoping they was going to just get us a little bit lower. I mean, we got to where I thought we can go, the top of this range. I thought maybe they'd leave something on the table for the shorts to get down to the August pivot, which is where this was the Apple earnings reversal day, which turned into a rally. This was the Nvidia reversal day, which is now turning. So what happened here is we turned into another monstrous move. I'm assuming that's what we're witnessing right now. You know, but Mondays are usually bullish. Mondays are usually squeeze days. Friday when we didn't sell off, that trapped the shorts right there. Here's the salt in the wound today. And if this is a good market, like a good trading market, not just your classic, we're never going down market, grind up every single day. Tomorrow we give back half of this move. That would be perfect. And then you don't have to be bullish or bearish anymore. We're just in the trading market, and it's awesome. So tomorrow, if we gap up and we roll over, I will be getting aggressively short, looking for like a 20% haircut, whatever we went up today, which basically is like 4 or 5 points on the Qs. Yeah, 25% haircut. Now you're talking over me. Franco wants to know if Japan increase their interest rates next month, will it affect the market? I don't even want to factor in anything because that's how I blew my life up last year. Yen carry, fake sell off bullshit. Right now, I'm liquid. I own no stocks except for, well, 200 shares of SRAD that I've already factored in that it's going to zero. 300 shares of VICR. That's all I got. And I'm short UVXY. I don't really count that. I'm liquid. I don't own stocks. I just play for the day. And today was all right. I got in late for some of these long trades that still work. I wanted volatility today. So that's all. I'm a little disappointed. But don't forget to get your guess in. So anybody else? Anything else? Death threats? Any more concerns? Q's new highs? It's, oh my God. I really can't believe we're at 14 points. Hey, by the way, you see how that penny kept you in the USAR trade? If you haven't sold it yet, so look how see where's my friend who said 1227? 28, 29, 30. It's awesome. 1 cent. 1 cent kept you in this trade, so now you can make that money that you were supposed to make. One penny. It's scanners that are running here. These are just new highs on increasing volume and stuff. That's all I get. New highs, new high, and stocks that trade with large volume. The scanners you can see are equally or actually more important. Big block, dark pool scanners, uh, percentage gainer scanner on volume also, which is interesting. Like INHD. You know, HD. Oh, see why I don't know why this wasn't on the scanner earlier. Wow. So you see why boring, but boring is bullish. If most things are bullish, right? So let's assume you're in Nvidia still, right? You see where it pulled back to? It pulled back to 182, not 181.89. So you're still long Nvidia. That's how you trade bull markets. Sell some, raise your stop, don't sell till 4 o'clock. If you ever do have to sell. And I'm serious. 81, 89 would be generational lows on Nvidia. You might never see the market pull back over. And I'm not trying to be funny. The market was just trying to get one more sell off before Santa Claus showed up. This was the dip. That was it. It's over. We're up 15 points on the Qs. Good luck. Good luck trying to be a short. You guys are still in NVIDIA, right? Do you see these last two things I just showed you, friends? It's so important. Maybe I'm just being a little too subtle about it. My stop on NVIDIA, right, was this candle low. Look how it almost got there, almost got there, almost got there. That usually gets most traders out, but we trade exact price. And that exact price kept us in the trade. So now we make an extra $1.50 because we use the proper stuff. Same thing on the USAR, right? Our friend used 12.27. It went to 28, 29, and 30. Not 27, so you're still in it. Huh, in your face, right? That's how you trade. What happened price? Chart pattern recognition, and just never forget the mantra: market never goes down, short and short lives and gonna die. It really is everything we talk about, and you'll start to notice every day is the same day. Some days are bigger than others, but you're always doing the same thing. That's why when the market did crash on Thursday, most of that money was made at 607 and 603 on the Qs. By the time they were at 594, we were down to the last lots, let alone 588. We were thinking about going long by then. 88, you got to wait. Oh, Billy, what else you got? No moving averages whatsoever. No, I matter of fact, my symposium in Vegas, I'm going to cure people from other ideas. I'm going to call people out of the audience and ask them what indicators they use, and I'm going to put my hand on their forehead. Be gone, demon! I swear by the 38% RSI retracement. I'm just going to knock you out. No, VWAP in price. That's it. I used to be a Bollinger Band guy, and I call it Ichiro Cloud. I know it's not Ichiro, but some other cloud. Sometimes the cloud. You're coming into the cloud, out of the cloud. It was interesting for a while. Volume profile was kind of a little Vaz uses that with the nodes. I kind of look at that because anything volume based is interesting. But really, price, chart pattern recognition, and VWAP and multiple time frame VWAP is all you need. Stochastics, bands, it's all voodoo now. 10-day, 20-day, 100-day, 250. It's all factored into VWAP. If you want to look at a 200-day, just grab 9-month VWAP. It's better. Speaking of UVXY, uh, let me show you something else. Not only do I love shorting this thing, somebody said, "How come you just don't buy puts on it?" Right? They're pretty expensive, right? So the 55s for Friday are 250, right? Also, they're also kind of illiquid, right? You got 1,000 contracts on it, but they usually keep 50-cent spreads, right? They make it hard to trade because they know what's going on. So the easiest thing to do is sell the premium. And if it goes against you, like short the UVXY, you got to wait it out a day or two. Inevitably, they always go there. They go down. So But on Fridays in the bull market, you can buy puts on UVXY. So other than that, generally I short the stock itself. But it serves two purposes. As long as UVXY is going down, the market's going to stay strong. Yeah. UVXY is getting obliterated, and obviously the market grinding higher. Listen, the Nvidia trade wouldn't have worked so well if the market wasn't this strong. Not bad. And if you're in the NVO, you still got no reason to get out. You know, let's get rid of all these lines because none of them matter anymore. There's only one line that matters. You're thinking NVO, East, what, 45.50 now. So the only thing that matters to you is it doesn't break 44.50, right? 48 on the stock ever. Or, you know, what level will UBXY be by the new year? 38. Which day? December 31st or January 2nd? That should call all things being equal. If this is it, if this is the market, we're back in a bull mode, 38.50 minimum by, by the end of the year. And if the market, like, let's say we have another day like today, tomorrow, 38.50 tomorrow. That's how quickly it's garbage. I say garbage lovingly because it does its purpose, it serves its purpose, but generally, and to my friend who once said, I always own some UVXY just in case. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. I don't even know why that person said that. No, you don't. Nobody owns UVXY. Nobody. You'd be broke. It only goes down. There's no extended period of time where UVXY hasn't gone down at least 50%. And over any extended period, it goes down 98%. But right now, you got NVO, and if you're in UNH, come on, UNH, let's go. Let's go back to this here. As a matter of fact, UNH right now, you know what? What time is it? Fuck it. Let's go to UNH. Big size on the all. That's another good thing. 32. You guys know I'm not 320. 32215. They got somebody showing 100,000 shares. It's probably a buyer. See what happens here. Because if you break here, then you might be looking at another at least $1.50, if not. So it's not crazy. Did that whole shit just somebody bought the whole thing? See? Somebody bought that whole 100,000 share block. I didn't see it go by. But wait for it. Hold on a second. I might have just slipped through. Do you see what I just saw? There was 100,000 shares offered. Somebody bought the whole thing. Wasn't me. Then we should get another dollar. Make some real money on this trade. Come on now. By the way, again, thanks for the heads up. Little faux show bro action. Somebody brought in the chat room, and I agree. I don't mind doing it. Now we can get something more out of it because it just hit that spot. Normally, if I had some size, I'd be selling a little bit here. I don't got enough. So I'm holding on for hopefully for a move. If you do have some, you're supposed to sell a little bit right there. But if you can get 32 bid, 32.50 bid, we should get another leg up. What? Dead cat bounce? This is beyond a dead cat bounce. But the entire world will be revealed to us tomorrow. Seriously. If we hold all of this move today, tomorrow, it's going to be very difficult shorting anything. Again, every time I say these stupid shit out loud, it doesn't matter. I'm coming in tomorrow, same attitude I came in today. If the market's healthy, I mean this part. If the market's healthy, we're giving back 6 points tomorrow on the Qs. At least. We gotta you gotta consolidate this monster. Move, gap up tomorrow. I'll still look to be looking to fade it. I think the fade tomorrow can turn into a real give back because this is a monstrous move. We are now up 25 points from Friday morning on the Qs. That's pretty substantial. If this is a healthy market, and I think it is, we will actually be down tomorrow. Right now, it's all about UNH getting over this half. Come on, bring it, bring it, bring it. Use new highs. Use new highs. Just don't get in the way of the cues. That's all I'm telling you. Don't get in the way. Don't get in the fucking way. Oh man, great! I just ruined our UNH trade for us all. Fantastic. Market hits new highs and stock dumps. That's not the way it's supposed to work. But you know what? As soon as I said, "Oh, I'm not going to take profits here like I normally do," if you don't laugh, you're going to cry. But man, those cues, it feels like ancient history how well we did shorting, right? Man, that did it even happen? Like, I don't even remember. Did it even happen on Thursday? Did that happen? I mean, I was short the cues right here. It feels like a year ago. That was just this morning. And then we faux showed. And we backed over the VWAP. And that was the end of my short. If I just would have hit the button one more time, I'd be up 7 points. Nuts. But at least I didn't get faux show broed. That's the main, again, as long as you're not a victim to the trade, it's okay if you didn't take it. But I'm assuming 607.50 now on the cues. We probably gap and roll tomorrow. I hope we do, because that would be awesome. By the way, 6 down on the UVXY. If anybody's still short, maybe you want to cover one or two of them. UVXY. Yeah, you know what the hell? I'm not fuck that shit. I ain't covering it. I was gonna cover 200. Screw it. I ain't covering. I'll cover at 38.50. I mean, normally I'd be you're down 10%. This is just stupid not to cover some. Screw it. Don't give a shit. I want a zero. I was just about to cover. I'm not gonna. Now you should cover because I said that out loud. Watch the Matrix whip it now to 56.50. Now I think there is one more trade in store for today. Even the bullish gap and go rip shorts heads off Mondays, you do tend to get a VWAP retracement, which at this point would be a 6 point trade. Sorry, 4 point trade. I'm mildly interested to try to take it. So you got this, annoying grinding bull market. If you're going to short, you're going to have to short it up here. So kind of like where you broke out from. 60, let's go with exact price. Oh, it's the half number. Perfect. Is it 60414? You can remember 414. You know 414. 414. Look, 414, 414. You want to short the cues one more day, one more time today, just for good luck? I'll give it a shot probably at 60414 and look for the retrace down to here. If we do get there, we probably get the VWAP retrace. I'll just warn you, Mondays, this is a typical Monday gap and go bull market and wing day where if you made your money, it's good. Just go back to watching Pluribus or Tulsa King, or if you're not watching Mayor of Kingstown, awesome. Anything Tyler Sheridan does, basically phenomenal. Go back and watch Yellowstone, all these spin-offs and offs, and all the stories that talk about Pluribus. Hell yeah. 2 minutes in, you're gripped. And if you like the movie Contact, it's basically Contact meets Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and it was pretty damn good. I can't wait to watch it again because my wife's going to be mad. All right, well, that was an extra hour. All right, Landman, phenomenal. Yeah, I got that one on this. That's in the queue. I got to get. I can't watch more than 2 shows at a time. My head explodes. I'm on 3 right now, so I'm not getting all scatterbrained. All right, namaste. If you're still in UNH, a little disappointed right there. I'm still in NVIDIA. Last trade. Only mistake I made today was not covering and going along the queues, as always. But it wasn't a bad day. I, scratched some trades together. I was hoping for some excessive volatility and keep up that craziness we had last week, but it is what it is. All right, be careful out there, homies. I'll see you in a few more hours, right? It'll be tomorrow before you know it. All right. Thanks for